What's good, y'all? If you tapped in, you already know who I am. If not, my name is Caleb Jarrell, and I'm finna hop straight into the video, you feel me? So, today we talking about the fact that you succeed with systems. And I was just thinking about this in my own time, you feel me? One thing that I feel like a lot of people that have a certain level of success, I feel like one thing that they do is they create their own system. Whether it be with their job, whether it be mainly with the things that they do throughout the day. Things that they allow themselves to indulge in, you feel me? So what it is that I feel like you gotta do, and this is just from my experience, y'all know I always speak from my experience and things that I go through. And the hard thing is breaking away from the system that was instilled in you, you feel me? I feel like a lot of times people try to instill going to school, going to college, you feel me, going to do regular things, and I'm not saying none of these things are bad, but everybody don't got the same purpose. Everybody got a different purpose on this earth, and it's your job to find that purpose. It's your job to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life and what it is that you need to do with your life. So, in my opinion, you have to use the system as far as whatever the social norm is to leverage finding your purpose. You feel me? If that makes sense. So you may gotta work this 9 to 5 to start your own business. You feel me? You may not have enough income coming in to just up and jump and start your own business, but what it is that you have to do is boom, work at the 9 to 5, work at the job that you at, go to school, go to college or whatever to get in the career field that you want to be in. And this don't even like pertain to just job wise. Like I feel like it pertains to your mentality. You feel me? If you got people around you that's following the system of just eating crazy stuff all the time, you feel me? Drinking alcohol all the time, smoking weed all the time. Like a lot of the bad habits is systems that you got to kind of move around from. You feel me? It's gonna be people in your life that you come across that introduce you to some bad stuff, introduce you to some stuff that's not gonna help you grow or help you become the best version of yourself. And what you gotta recognize is, yeah, you might indulge in this stuff in the beginning, you feel me? It was a couple times where in the beginning of me, like before I started even working towards the lifestyle that I wanted to live, I was indulging in them things. I'm gonna keep it a book, you feel me? Fooling with different females, smoking, drinking a little bit, you feel me? I did all of that. And one thing about me though, it was never because of peer pressure. It was because I actually just was like, let me try it out. Let me see why people, you feel me, feel the need to run all these things or feel the need to indulge in all these things. And for me, like, yeah, it was cool for a minute, but after a while, it's like I wanted more to life. And you got to get to that point. You got to ask yourself, what do you really want out of life? And then once you figure out where you want to go, once you figure out the path that you're trying to get on, you start to remove yourself from a lot of things. And what comes with that is being in this lonely state. What comes with that is people not really understanding you, people not really seeing you for who you are. You feel me? They tend to put a label on you, whether it's you being antisocial, you being somebody that don't fool with people or don't like people, and they don't even be that for real. Like I'm somebody personally, I like my peace so much. I work to build my peace or to get to a level of peace with just the relationship that I got with God and the relationship that I got with myself, that I don't really care to be around a lot of people. You feel me? I like people, but it gotta be the right people for me to surround myself around those people. You feel me? If it's not, I would rather be out on my own, or I would rather just be in my crib. You feel me? And people don't really understand that. You feel me? Especially when you somebody, you have some level of status, whether it be in your city or your job or your industry. You feel me? People tend to think that you think that you're above everybody else, and it's not even that. I'm definitely somebody that's confident in myself, and I'm definitely somebody that I focus on bettering myself. So I have standards and boundaries, and those are systems that I created. You feel me? So in order for people to come in my life or me to surround myself around other people, the way that I look at it is they're either gonna follow these systems and I'm gonna follow this system, or it just won't work out. You feel me? And I'm willing to go 100% in about my, you feel me? I'm willing to go all in about my systems and my boundaries and my standards. And that's a level of self-love that you really have to work on to get to that point, because people gonna challenge it. People gonna try to tell you about yourself, and really all it boils down to is projection. And for a while, you feel me, I dealt with it, and I used to think that I was being too hard on other people, but it's like I hold myself to a certain standard, or in this sense, I hold myself to certain systems and beliefs and boundaries and standards. You feel me? So I'm not willing to just be around anybody. I'm not willing to just let anybody in my circle. You feel me? I feel like that's a very important place that I've been hurt from in my past. So it's not that I'm even scared to get hurt, but it's I'm wiser now. You feel me? I'm not just naive to when it people when it comes to my circle, or when it comes to people motives. You feel me? I can see through a lot of stuff. So I know with that, I have to have certain systems or boundaries in place to, for one, guard what I've worked towards building, but also know that if anything hits the fan, it's gonna be on my lack of terms. You feel me? It's not gonna be on the fact that I just let any and everybody into my life. You feel me? So therefore, all I'm saying is, but you gotta keep it 100 with yourself. You gotta know. For one, you gotta assess everything. That's my biggest thing. Is always self-reflecting, always looking in that mirror and being like, okay, where am I struggling? Where do I need to get better at? You feel me? What am I liking about my life, and what do I not like? You feel me? And that's an everyday thing that you got to go through. And I'll be honest with you, in the beginning of it, you feel me? Especially when people start to come in your life, the right people, it's gonna be like you looking in the mirror, and you start to recognize these things that you don't like. You start to recognize things that that kind of scare you a little bit. You feel me? And that's how you know like you're on the path of growing, because you're gonna be like, dang, I shouldn't have did that, or dang, I'm tripping. I was out of line for doing this or saying that. And what you can't do is run from that. I know for me, when I started recognizing things, it was quick. Like I was ready to run away from a lot of stuff, and it finally got to a point to where I recognized these are areas that I need to change about my life. So what did I do? I put the work in. You feel me? Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. I just tell y'all, like, in this space that I'm in now, I've been trying to get my finances right, whether it be just saving money or building credit, like certain things. And that was a goal that I had in the beginning of this year. And I'm gonna just be honest, like, a lot of them things that I said I was gonna work on, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I done did it. You feel me? And what you gotta recognize, some people don't got the capacity to do that. So therefore, you can be cool with people, but for somebody that hold people to a certain standard, some people are not gonna meet that standard. You gotta be okay with letting people fall off the wagon. You feel me? And it ain't really much you can do about it. You can be cool with people, but as far as people like in your inner circle, sometimes it just won't be that. You feel me? But the biggest thing overall is checking yourself. Look in the mirror. Look at the systems that you follow. Looking at the things that you feel like you need to work on in your life, and doing the work. You feel me? It's one thing to get knowledge about something or have a certain vision about a certain area in your life and not put in the work. You feel me? It's dumb to get a certain knowledge or get a certain viewpoint or perspective and get it and not do nothing with it. You feel me? You got to get that, and then boom, next thing you got to do is break it down and be like, okay, what can I do to work on this area? What do I got to do to be better in this area? You feel me? And I said all the time, anything that you want to grow, you got to feed it. So look at your systems that you follow. Are you just waking up every day, going to work, coming home, going to sleep? Okay, if that's the case, figure out a bigger goal. Figure out what it is that you got to work towards, you feel me? And then see the things that you need to do to get to that point. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, you feel me? Same thing I say all the time. Anything you want to grow, you gotta feed it. So make sure you put the work in, make sure you grind it.